Hi guys, nice to be back again. We are pushing on into the 11th hour here on the Andertons Ibanez Takeover Day, and I am joined by absolute industry legend, my good friend, Mr. Mike Orrigo. How's it doing? How you doing, mate?
Lee, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Andertons. Thank you, Lee, for having me. I don't know. You've had such amazing guests this whole day. I don't know what I could possibly add.
But the reason why we've had so many amazing guests, and that's because of your great assistance in the matter, particularly with Mr. Gilbert. And I thank you dearly for organizing that. If any of you guys don't know, Mike is artist relations manager. I don't know what your exact title is, but you are artist relations god for Ibanez. And so you have daily dealings with Mr. Vi, Mr. Satriani, all the big guys. You was talking to John Schofield earlier today. Mike won't say this because he's very modest, but he had, he was instrumental in organizing things for the pier. And if you've seen the story of the pier video, Mike was in that, bless him, placed in front of the camera. I've got to talk.
Yeah, I'm very much, I enjoy, thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. I'm not a god. Just so everybody at Andertons watching, I'm not a god.
I'm not like Ghostbusters. Are you a god?
Oh, I love that movie. No, I'm very blessed. I'm a very blessed individual, and I wake up every morning and I pinch myself. Honestly, I work with such incredible people, including people like you, Lee, who's I can sing your praises as well. You're an amazing monster human being, a player. I mean, I'm jealous. I wish I was Lee, but
mate, I was jealous of your incredible beard, which is now you've removed, and I bet you're the kind of guy that 2 days time it will just be back. You just have,
I took the beard off this morning for doing these live streams. I'll put it back on. I'll give me a couple hours. But I'm really lucky in that. I'm not a special person. Anybody can do what I do. It's just it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time that you have to put into it. Anybody can do this. It's just you have to be willing to do the work and do the effort. And I've been incredibly blessed to be given this opportunity. And I count my blessings every day for the Oshino family. I've been here 10 years now, which is beyond me.
Incredible. That's incredible, Mike.
Yeah.
But what a great fact. You know what? It's it is really family Ibanez, isn't it? Team Ibanez, sort of global community that we have, and we try to support each other, and just like you're doing today by being here, and helping the Andertons crew to contact Paul, Mr. Gilbert himself, bring him onto the show, really last minute to do that. And
yeah, well, when I heard you were going live 12 hours today, which I mean, I hope you're getting an award. I hope there's an award being made that you can hang up at home.
One for myself.
I've been just going. I've done a couple streams this week. I just finished my last live one. We're doing one with the guest you had earlier too, Mr. John Gom.
Yeah.
That one's tomorrow. That was pre-recorded though. We did that last week. I did 3 live streams this week, separated by days. I don't know how you're doing this, Lee. A round of applause for you.
I tell you, let's applause caffeine.
You got to get it mainlined into you right now.
I don't have blood. It's just wine and coffee mixed together, depending on whether I'm asleep or awake.
No, it's my pleasure to help out. And, I'm such a big fan of the Andertons social media community. They do such an incredible job. I haven't had the opportunity to meet the captain yet, but I hope I get to someday.
Oh, you should do a captain's meet. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think I've helped set up some interviews with the captain, with some of our artists, and he just does such a tremendous job. And I really appreciate all the love and support that the Andertons team does for the brand, as and that you do well with Headstock as well. It's awesome.
Well, I mean, the Andertons crew have a big following in North America, don't they? So
yeah, I'm here. I'm a super nerd. I'm always going down YouTube rabbit holes and trying to find out. And actually, I have to thank Andertons and their channel. I use it a lot in my research for doing my live streams this week. I was able to go. Luckily, the captain has sat down with a lot of the artists that we featured on the NAMM live streams we did for Ibanez. So thank you, Andertons. Thank you very much.
And so I asked you this already, but you've been keeping okay. It's been a difficult time in the States and up for everybody globally, but even more so for you guys. I mean, crikey.
We just have a hard time keeping our stuff together here in the US, it seems. And it's been a crazy time. It's been a crazy. You think about like a year ago, we were hanging out. It was the Pia party.
Yeah. Oh my, what a gig.
Yeah.
My goodness.
You know, that was such an amazing night. And one of my distinct memories from that night, I was on stage looking from the side stage, and I look up and I see you on the balcony. And the amount of joy that you had in your face, and you were just hanging over the rail, and I think you were having a great time. You were so excited. That was one of the memories that are burnt in my head.
It brings me to tears. I've met Steve many years ago, kind of hanging outside a gig, going, "Hello, can I have a picture?" And did all that as you do, and then had a bit of kind of communication via social media because of a video demo I did for another dealer some years ago. But he wouldn't remember me from Adam. And then in the kind of foyer, which was amazing, after the show, and he came out, and I had my back, and he had his back, and we turned around, and I went, "Oh, it's Steve." And just talked to him, and he was so lovely and so gracious. And then I ended up making the Pia video.
Yes,
which was a love letter. It's just a love letter.
It is. It comes out. You feel it. You can hear it. You're such an amazing player, Lee, and it was just awesome. I was glad that we were able to get, because they were hard to come by with everything that happened this past year. And but yeah, that was great. Everybody who hasn't checked that out, check out Lee's Pia video. It's monstrous.
It was a real lifelong passion. It was just everything I loved about it into one place. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is why I've done this for 20 years. Anyway, enough about that. Thank you for everything you do, Mike. Where are you now? You're in the LA Custom Shop, right?
I'm in the set where I was doing my live streams. You can see I set up a little bit of a backdrop here.
Oh, you see, that's the backdrop.
I had to put my hat back on though, because now I'm not the host of now you're the host and I'm being the interview, so I'm enjoying having my hat on. I'm usually wearing a hat, so I had to drop it back on. But I am. I'm in our sound room right now, and we've been kind of closed for the majority of the year, so we're in a little bit of a disarray. I'm afraid, kind of to show you. And we might have some top secret projects going on over here too.
Yeah,
I have to be kind of careful, but I can show you guys. We're kind of. This is our sound room.
That's amazing.
We get live.
I will come one day. I will attend.
You have to come. Last year after NAMM, we had Tom drop by. Tom Quayle.
Tom and Beebs, from the Guitar Hour. Yeah. I saw the video. They
saw the video. So I was able to give them a tour. That was a lot of fun.
I was just drooling over the JSs and the old gems. I was like,
like I said, sometimes I've been here 10 years. I've been coming to this office 10 years, and there's a lot of times where I have to just do a reality check. Like, where am I? Holy, what is going on? I always tell people, if my 17-year-old self can see me now, he would just, he'd slap me in the face.
He wouldn't change a damn thing, is what he'd do. I'm just going to do exactly what that guy did to get there.
I'm so blessed, be able to do it. Yeah, but we do a lot of stuff here at the LA Custom Shop. We have a custom shop, a full on. So we build guitars from hunks of wood, really, strictly for artists. So a lot of the stuff, we keep it because we don't sell anything out of the LA Custom Shop. So we keep it very bare bones, and all the work we do, it's all part of the endorsement. So we keep it very limited. So we have I'm just not sure how long my Wi-Fi, because once we get further than this room, I think my Wi-Fi is going to get cut out. But
don't worry.
Just check out Tom's video. You saw we did a pretty good tour on there.
I enjoyed every second of it. Honestly, I just want to be there. Mike, so let's talk business, because there's a lot of people, and there will be a lot of people who watch this video who dream of becoming an Ibanez artist, and certainly a signature artist.
Yeah.
What do you think? You speak to them all, and there must be some common threads about the kind of characters they are and the kind of human beings they are and the way they interact, what would be some good tips to give people about how they interact with brands and that kind of stuff? Any tips you can give them would be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's and I don't want to stereotype or pigeonhole anybody, because everybody, and that's a big part of my gig is the relationship aspect of it.
Absolutely.
Respecting, that's a big, the artist word comes first, and that's kind of gets you in the door being an artist. But then the relation between the brand and the artist that's where I focus much of my time on. But it's just respecting each other, and I have to say it's been such an honor to work. This is many of these people that I work with today, I grew up idolizing. I was right there with you, and I have to check that at the door. I have to hang that coat, my idolizing artist at the door.
I'll just take my fanboy coat off.
Yeah, and we have to talk, as business associates, as friends, and that's when we get to that level, that's what I've noticed. That's when really magic stuff happens, and we're able to build respect with each other. And we can do some really cool stuff that the rest of the guitar community, I think, enjoys. Based on when we were at NAMM and we were unveiling stuff like the Pia model.
Oh wow!
Or, the Chrome Boy JS model, the JS1CR. These are things I grew up idolizing as a kid, and it's just people probably laugh when they see this, smiling and think I'm like being disgenuine, but I am, I'm incredibly blessed.
Yeah, anybody that meets you knows how much of a genuine guy you are, and that's one of the reasons why you're so good at what you do.
Oh, thank you.
You're real, aren't you? What have you been doing? 10 years of it. 10 years of it.
10 years. 10 years, not as the artist relations manager.
No, of course, but 10 years through the family, into different roles. What have been your highlights of working for Ibanez?
It's hard. Every project, I treat it like every project's like a baby to me. It's one of my. I don't have children yet. But so then I can kind of treat these as my children. Every project that we get into, there's so much thought and care on both sides, on both the artist side as well as the Hoshino side, Ibanez side, in terms of what we everything is really thought out and cared for, and there's no detail on no stone unturned when we're developing these things. And it's, sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it happens a little bit more quickly, but I really couldn't pick a favorite child. I really couldn't. It's there's a lot of special things. Some things are bigger than others in terms of scope, and the Pia thing last year was incredible. I still can't believe all that stuff that we were able to do, the big Pia party. And
it was such a highlight. I mean, a lifelong highlight. And actually, one of my jobs as the UK guy was to organize, press and anybody else from that side of the world that might want to join. And obviously we got Tom and Beebs and all the Guitar Hour guys, and just Paul Glover, who's one of the Ibanez UK guys, has been around for a long time.
Yes.
I looked across, I was up on that balcony, as you say, hanging off the edge. And by that point in the day, I was just like, I'm having a drink now. I'm drinking. I'm just drinking. And I was up there with Larry Basilio. There was me, Larry, Lucas. There was James Laney. We just had a great surge from Earth, Wind and Fire. We were all up on there and just absolutely loving it. And I remember looking out, and every time the lights hit the crowd, I could see friends and they were just love it. And Steve was just on fire, wasn't he? Playing was just incredible.
It's just, and I felt bad because it was such a big day for Steve. It was his one day at NAMM, and I was dragging him around to all these press things. And I realized we got to the venue, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I wore this guy out. How is he going to play at an hour and a half? I'm like, what did I do? And, the lights turned on, and we got just this amazing performance. And then you're having Joe, they've been such good friends for a long time. Paul was there, Nita, Tim and Scott from Polyphia. That was a special night. So that was definitely a special one, but they're all special. All these projects, we were able to really lock in and focus. And then that's the great thing about working with Hoshino and Ibanez too, is that we're never satisfied. We're always looking to do something big. You know, how are we going to follow this up? It's never, and that for me, that's how I personally treat a lot of things too. So it's, you know, we're never resting on our laurels. We're never patting ourselves on the back. It's like, all right, we got this job done. What's next? And I think we did that with our new lineup. I saw, you know, I think a lot of people are seeing it. We're seeing a lot of good response.
So many good vibes. So many good vibes. I mean, I'm literally seeing it in real time for Larry's, you know, new signature model, which just looks amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't personally speak to Josh about, but I know Lee did. He had that interview with him, and I just you know what? It's the credibility of the artists that are drawn to Ibanez and eventually end up working with you. You know, we've just got everybody, haven't we? Just got so many great players.
We have, you know, I'm just so proud of the roster. I feel like, you know, this brand is such a long and storied history, and I learn about it constantly. I was just talking to John Schofield. John's been playing Ibanez guitars since 1981. It's his 40th year anniversary.
That is incredible.
And he's telling me stories. You know, we were just did the live stream, but you know, we were doing like a pre-check. You know, just testing everything. And he was just telling me all these great stories about the brand and his experience. And it's just like, I feel that, you know, I've been given this immense responsibility as a custodian as the brand. So I just want to just do the brand justice constantly. I'm always putting a lot of pressure on myself to, you know, just continue the great legacy of the Ibanez brand. And I take great pride.
It makes you feel that way, doesn't it? You know, it's not hard work because it is just it's a passion and it's a love and it's a, you know, you just want it to be great because it is. You know,
yes.
And I think that comes across obviously in your relationships with all these legends. I mean, legends. Unbelievable.
They are. They're legends, but they don't like to be called legends. They're very they're all down to earth people, and I have to, you know, it's hard work for me checking that. That, like you said, taking off my fanboy coat, because here I am, you know, I'm running over. Steve lives here in LA, and I'm running over some guitars to Steve's house, and I'm ringing Steve Vai's doorbell with, you know, the guitar case, and you know, I have to, like I said,
Mike, does it go like this? Down, 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 down. Well, hey,
that would be awesome. No, it doesn't. It does not do that. But I'll mention that to Steve. Maybe I can get him to.
I'm sure he'd be up
put
for
that chime in there.
So, look, someone's asked a question, and I know this probably isn't direct because people are, you know, gathered up and then given to you on the special ones you look after. But Will Treasure has said, how do you go about taking on new artists? Do you go to them or do they come to you?
You know, it can happen either ways. You know, before I became the manager and I kind of became the overseer of the LA office, our Ibanez Artist Relations, and you know, I do a lot of stuff globally as well. I work with Modi, who you know. I know Modi's a great friend of ours, and Modi is the global Artist Relations manager for the Ibanez brand, as well as Tama. I'm more specialized in the Ibanez, you know, brand. But before that, I was an artist relations representative, and I was in charge of bringing on a lot of new artists, and you know, a lot of it would be, you know, just keeping my ear to the ground and finding the new guys and reaching out to them through my network, building my network, and sometimes, you know, the brand does such a great job of just building incredible products. They make my job easy sometimes, where the artists are reaching out to me. So it happens both ways. You'd be surprised. You know, me just, you know, keeping my ear to the ground. I think one of the most important things, one of the things I work on the most as an artist relations manager and just an person who does artist relations, is that I'm constantly trying to keep my ear 17 years old. I'm not that young anymore.
Way of putting it. Yeah, that's a great
And I heard that a studio musician told me, that studio guitar player here in LA once said that, and it's really stuck with me before I even started working with Ibanez, because that's what he has to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I want to constantly, and that as I get older, it requires a lot of work and a lot of effort. But it's something that I feel is important. I want to always, because think about when I started playing, you know, 17 or whenever, you want to keep that ear, that same, whatever you heard and whatever you were listening to that drove you to pick up a guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I want my ear to be like, and that's the kind of thing that I want to have.
Do you know what? That's absolutely amazing. I love that. I'm going to have to try and remember that, and not just remember it to repeat it, but actually do it.
Yes,
You know,
and that's the hard part. That's the hard part. It's easy to talk about it, but the hard part is like, okay, because I'm 35 now. I'm far removed.
So old.
Yeah. I'm an old man now. I'm getting old.
Says the 44-year-old talking to you.
But I've been here since I was 24, and it's been something where I don't want to miss out on something, because it's nothing that maybe my 35-year-old ear doesn't understand or doesn't hear. I don't want that. I want to be just kind of always constantly monitoring what's happening and what those youngins are listening to.
Well, look, on that note, JTC are good partners of us.
Yes.
That's Laney as well as Ibanez, I have to say, over the years. Mike, who's your favorite JTC artist to work with?
Oh my goodness.
We're talking about JTC guys here, is it?
We're talking about, Laurie, Kiko's on there.
Yeah.
Tom, Martin. I don't want to even listen, because I'm afraid I'm going to miss somebody, because JTC, I mean, holy crap.
There's Luca Mantavanelli, who's incredible.
Luke, yes. All these monsters. Again, it's another thing. I can't pick my favorite child. You can't. I love them all, and I love the job JTC does. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We can partner with them on that pick, that amazing, the player pick. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I ran out. I'm having to use, like Jan said to me once, Lee, what's that pick? And I said, well, he took a look at it and he says, it's like a piece of broken dinner plate.
And I'm not a big fan of thicker picks. So I got it in my hand, and I'm not a big fan of the Jazz 3 shape, but I got that pick in my hand, and I found myself I couldn't. It's more like I lose picks all the time. I'm terrible. That one stayed on my desk for the longest time. That pick, I love that pick, the JTC Ibanez players pick.
They're great, aren't they? They really, they look cool as well.
They look awesome. They look very cool.
Seafood. That's half the problem, though. Because you drop one and you go, I have no idea. And it's
even more so than normally, even that happens with neon green, neon pink, Loch Ness green picks. But even now that it's see-through, it happens even more so. Forget about it.
It does.
It's in the vacuum.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure if I was X-rayed, they'd find some inside me. What is this delicious biscuit? You have more.
That's where that pick went.
That's where it went. I'll see you in about 4 hours.
No, but it's really, I couldn't pick. But JTC, love what they do, really do.
Well, they've been really good at actually finding new artists as well. Let's give them credit there, because they've always had their ear to the ground from that perspective. And so I know a lot of artists I've seen first on JTC. Oh, who's this guy or girl? Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, they find the play, and they're really discerning too. They just don't let anybody. I know. Speaking of another JTC artist who recently joined the ranks, but had been trying for a long time, Neely Brosh, who's a great friend.
Oh yeah,
incredible artist. And she, originally she was working. She was trying to get with them, and they really had they had a great gateway, and it took some time for her to get involved with them. So I really appreciate that. It's a great filter too. They really wait until they get somebody who's really offering something.
I think it's that, and it's the uniqueness of each player as well. You listen to any one of them, and you can go, I know who that is. Yeah,
exactly.
For me, none more so almost than Tom. He's just, I can pick him out from anywhere.
Tom is. I was talking to John about this in my last live stream with John Schofield, and I put John in that God tier. I tier a lot of guys, and I think anybody who picks up the instrument, the guitar, has something to offer. But there's this upper echelon, and I call it the 3-note guys, where you can play me a guy, and you can totally blindfold me, audio wise, and start playing a guy, and I can tell you who that guy is in 3 notes. There's throughout the history of the guitar, there's many of them. John is that guy. John is one of those guys.
Totally, yeah.
But John is also a guy, maybe the only guy in that club that can cover the most amount of genres. Like John Scofield can do jazz, blues, R&B, everything. So that JTC has a little bit of that too. They have a lot of 3-note guys.
Oh yeah,
on their roster.
Oh yeah, it's a joy. It's a joyous time to be alive.
Yes.
And it's a joyous time to be a lover of guitar playing and a lover of guitar music, because it's out there, and all of a sudden people have the ability to share it, and you can be inspired every day if you choose to be. So keep those 17-year-old ears.
I'm trying.
Hey, I've taken it in, brother. I am going to be that guy. More so. Yeah. You said that.
All right. Yes.
There's one more question here, and then we should wrap it up, because I'm going to be speaking to one of those JTC legends,
Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller's coming up.
Air Miller himself. He's moving house today. I don't even know how this is going to go. We will see. I've got some great stories about Martin when we did the AZ tour in the UK.
Yes.
Flooding the bathroom because he was busy doing other things like singing and practicing this, and left the bath running, flooded his entire hotel room. He's just so intensely focused on what he does. I love him to bits. So we'll see how that goes. But one final question. You may have already done this. Mike, can you perhaps give some details into how an artist gets an affiliation with Ibanez and the process of building a signature guitar at Ibanez? Wow, that's a big question for 4 minutes.
That's a big question. I'll try. Okay, I'll do the best I can.
Synopsis.
So a lot of times with the artists, getting an affiliation, if I could give any advice to all the artists out there that are really cutting their teeth and getting out there and want to, or interested in becoming an endorser, and what that process is, the main bit of advice as I give you is that, make it so that I'm coming to you. Whatever it takes in life, and when you're coming, you're learning a guitar, you're cutting your teeth, and work really hard on developing something that only you can do, something that is really unique and original, and just something undeniably you, and you're the only person who can do it. Because I think a lot of times as guitarists, and we all do it, and we all should do this, we try to emulate our heroes.
My job to do that. So yes, you can get it that way.
You're a monster at it. And me personally, I'm always trying to be Jimi Hendrix whenever I pick up a freaking guitar, and that's the something I'll never even come close to. But it's important to do that, because that's how you learn you'll be able to speak in the vernacular of guitar playing. Over time, as you do that, really focus on, as soon as you feel comfortable doing it, focus on doing your own thing and getting really good at it. It's one thing to do your own thing, but also it's another thing to be really good at it, and for it to be undeniably good as well. So at that point, because of my 17-year-old ear is to the ground, I'm gonna come across it, and all of a sudden I'm gonna be trying to find out your email and find out how I get it in touch with you, and then we start a relationship. Yeah. And then, if everything goes well, and, you continue to work on your thing and do your sound, and then eventually, and the brand and everybody notices, and you kind of come synonymous with the brand, and we develop something cool, we can then talk about, maybe doing something like a signature model down the line. So the process is different for each relationship. A lot of it depends on the timing and everything, but, that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Well, you've done it. You've synopsisized it. I can see you. I can see you. Putting your ear to the ground, feeling the force like a Mandalorian, going, "This is the way.
This is the way." And that's just not one way, but that is a real way. I mean, I encourage everybody to be yourself. Learn the guitar, spend as much time with it. It's the greatest thing in the world to people like you and I, Lee. We love the instrument. And develop that love, and eventually, if you put the time in, being yourself on it and developing your own thing, it's only going to happen naturally. And then get it out there, put it out there. You learn from doing all these things, and then eventually, if you put in the work, you put in all the hard work and the motivation, I'm going to be knocking on your door.
It's going to come looking for you guys and girls.
Yeah. But Lee, I know you got to go. I mean, I know Martin's coming up soon. I want to.
He's just messaging. I'll be there in a minute. I knew it.
You called it. You did.
It's good timing. It's good timing. He's there, so that's good. Mike, thank you so much for everything you do for Ibanez and for all the wonderful artists, for helping us out in different territories and just being that guy we can go to and ask for help. And just for the great hangs. And I hope to have a load more with you when we can.
Dude, my pleasure, Lee. Thank you. Thank you to all of our colleagues and everybody, all the dealers, including Andertons, everybody, what you guys do for us. We couldn't do it with the support of everybody. So it's just, like I say, I'm blessed. I don't need any thanks. I love what I do. It's my pleasure. So anything I can do to help be a service, it's my path. It is my way.
It is your way.
So again, thank you for having me. I'm usually behind the scenes, so this is.
I
hope people aren't. I hope people aren't too bored by me, because you've had some great guests. I hope I haven't brought it down.
Oh no, you've raised it.
But Lee, thank you, my brother. Please get some rest tonight after this. I can't imagine.
It's just like a NAM. Hey, it's what we do, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Lee.
I just had the sunshine. It's just absolutely chucking it down with rain here. So it's a bit like NAM a few years ago, where it just, what happened?
I remember that one. That was a nuts one. But Lee, thank you so much, and have fun. Have fun with it. We're almost done. We're almost there. You're almost at the light of the tunnel.
I'm almost there. It's almost wine o'clock.
Hey, God bless. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's after 5 over there.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, take care of yourself. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you soon. Mike, everybody. I'm going to jump on.
Everybody. Thank everybody for watching. Thank you, all of you watching too. Thank you, guys. We wouldn't be here without the support from everybody. So from the bottom of my heart, and I speak from Team Hoshino, Team Ibanez. Thank you, guys. I mean, we do it for you guys, honestly.
There we go. The wonderful Mike.
All right. Bye, Lee. Take care. Bye.